Good morning. It is a nice early one here because it is going to be a scorcher. Welcome back to Frankie Off Grid. If you're new here, I'm Carissa and me and my partner Iwan, we moved in 2020 from beautiful North Wales and bought a small piece of land in central Portugal. We really wanted to live somewhere where we just had the biggest garden. We've got some vines here, we love making our own wine. But one of the things about being able to live here in this really rural, isolated setting is that we are completely off the grid. It would be very expensive to get hooked up. We have spent the last 3 years finding out solutions to living off grid, something we knew absolutely nothing about. We just knew we wanted to live as close to nature as possible, and today's video is in collaboration with Bluetti, who have been a major part of us finding these solutions. I'm just going to go let the chickens out before they get too angry at me for leaving them in. This is one of our cats, Simao. When we first moved here, we lived with very little electricity. We had a leisure battery in our van that only charged up if we drove somewhere. We didn't have any solar panels or anything, and it was so difficult because we both work online, so we needed to keep at least our laptops charged to be able to work. We weren't really driving very far, just to like the local hardware shop to buy things to be working on building our home. And yeah, sometimes we would just have to run the engine to charge up the battery. It was a nightmare. So the next thing we bought was a petrol generator. That was really noisy and really slow to charge anything. We lived 6 months with such little electricity. We'd often go up to our local cafe to charge our laptops. Eventually we bought a small Bluetti power bank with a couple of solar panels, and that made such a huge difference. So they've been a big part of our journey. We now have a few systems. We have a new one to share with you today, so I'll give you some more details. But first things first, I need a cup of tea, and it's about 7:30, and in about an hour it's going to be very, very hot. The system I'm sharing with you today is the AC60, to which you can add up to 2 B80 batteries, expanding its capacity from 403 watt hours to 2015 watt hours. So if you were going away on a trip, you could take it with you to keep your devices charged and your cooler running for some refreshing cold beers. The AC60 comes with multiple charging options. It has a 12 volt car port, a 230 volt AC outlet, a USB-C port and 4 USB-A ports. This means you can charge a wide range of devices simultaneously, whether it's your phone, laptop, camera or even a mini fridge. You can recharge it using solar panels, an AC outlet or even your car's 12 volt port. One Bluetti B80 adds an additional 800 watt hour capacity, perfect for longer trips or emergencies when you need sustained power independence at home, if there was a power cut or if, like us, you live off grid. The B80 also has its own DC outlets and car cigarette lighter port, so can power a few devices on its own. So one of the first things I do in the morning is give the garden a little bit of water before it gets too hot, and I have behind me, under the shade cloth, a balloon water pump. It is a 650 watt pump and the AC60 is 600 watts, but it does have a power lifting capacity so that it can power up to 12,000 watts. Okay, it's only drawing 527 watts, so we're all good anyway. This here behind me is called the picota. It's a traditional way of collecting water from the well, and it's what we'd be using to water the garden if we didn't have electricity. We'll show you how it works. Stick should be a little bit longer.
Straighter. Try not to fall in.
Yeah. Yeah, the water level is pretty low this time of year. Right, if you can go water the garden with that now, please. So it is a really cool tool. I'm really glad we've got one on our land, but I think it'd take a really long time for us to water the garden. We do have another electric pump here that we can run off a power bank for this part of the garden. Seeing as we're down by the well, check on this bunch of grapes. I imagine that Iwan is making a coffee. He has a new obsession. We got sent this little portable espresso maker, which is something we also power with our Bluetti.
So we'll share some more about this in a future video, but as Carissa said, it is my current obsession.
As I said, Ewan and I both work online. I need my laptop for Photoshop for my illustration work, and we also need them to edit these YouTube videos. So it's been such a game changer to be able to so easily charge up our laptops compared to what we were doing previously. And also the portability of the power banks means we can work in different places, whether that's at our table outside or from bed if needs be. So we do have a few of Bluetti systems in our home. We have one in the kitchen, so the AC60 is actually going to live in our cabin, which is our bedroom. This is where we sleep. The other day we put a solar panel up on the roof so that we could keep it charged up because it is so hot at the moment. We have a fan running all night and it only decreases the battery by 50% and it's on for at least 8 hours overnight. The great thing about them is they are really portable, so if we need it we can just grab it, but that is its living space. Often in the afternoon when it's really hot, I tend to come and have a siesta here with the fan on me, and I tend to put a audiobook or podcast on, so it's really great that I can also just have my phone on charge here because our phones really struggle in the heat actually, so they don't hold their charge very well. Albi likes the fan as well. I'll turn it off so you can hear me better there. One of the problems that we've had people say with these kind of power banks is that they are using lithium, and there are some issues with mining lithium, but I think if you buy good quality, like for example I've had this phone for 6 years now and it's still running pretty well, and this has a lithium ion battery in it as well. I think that we have to be very considerate about the resources that we are using. Albi. That's why, if you are going to buy anything, then quality is really important, which is why we continue to work with Bluetti, because in our opinion they are leaders in this industry for quality. You know, there's a lot of power bank companies out there. We get offered quite a lot of power banks because we are an off-grid YouTube channel. Bluetti just shines above the rest for us in terms of quality and durability. The AC60 offers over 3,000 life cycles to which it will charge up to its original 80% capacity, and they do offer an industry-leading 6-year warranty. There is also an easy-to-use Bluetti app, so that from your phone you can check the battery health, turn the AC and DC on and off, and access the online user manual. Some other settings you can adjust through the app are turn on the powerlifting mode if you're using something with a higher wattage, and adjust the eco and charging modes. The AC60 has an LED light on the back which has a few different settings, including an SOS flashing setting. So I will leave a link in the description to the Bluetti website if you want to check out any more of their specs. Their website is really beautifully put together and full of information. So yeah, if you want some more of the technicals and to see if it's something there that you would like to add to your life, then check out our description below. It's getting really hot here, so I'm gonna go plonk myself in front of a fan. Thank you, Bluetti, for providing me with the power to do that and keeping our fridge on so that we can get some nice cold drinks in this hot weather. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a short and sweet one, but I am working on a bonus video, so keep an eye out for that midweek. The rooster has something to say. Yeah, thank you Bluetti, and we will see you soon. Take care.